Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial on how to create an Angular application and configure the Syncfusion Angular Maps component. I will also showcase how to configure a few of this component's basic features, like enabling data labels, tooltips, and legends. Using the Maps component, you can visualize the Earth's surface and display static or interactive regions, zones, boundaries, or any geographic area on the land. Let's start with the application creation process. First, I initialize my app using the Angular CLI. I will use VS Code as the editor and show the output in the Chrome browser. In VS Code, I install the CLI tool globally using the command npm install global Angular CLI. Then, I create a new Angular project using the ng-new command and provide the app name, my Angular project. I am asked to add Angular routing, so I enter no. Then I choose CSS as the stylesheet format. I navigate to the location where my new project has been created. To start using the Maps component, I install the Maps package using the command ng-add Syncfusion EJ2 Angular Maps. Before going any further, I need to register the Syncfusion trial license key. I open the main.ts file and import the register license method from the Syncfusion EJ2 base package. Using this method, I register the Angular trial license key. From the 2022 Volume 1 release, the trial license key is mandatory for Angular products to avoid a licensing warning. To see where to generate a trial license key, check the description below. Next, I navigate to the app module page, where I import the Maps module from the Syncfusion EJ2 Angular Maps package and register it into the imports array of the ng module. In the app.component.html file, I replace the default code snippets with an EJS Maps tag. In this video, I plan to populate the world's geometric shape as a layer. So, I add the worldmap.json file, where I have defined the JSON object related to the geomap like name, continent, and so on. Here, you can find the structure of geometry data for a specific country, which is used to render the map elements as layers. Let's see how to bind this JSON object to the map layer. Elements in the maps will be rendered in layers, so I need to add a layer collection to the maps by using the layers property. I open app component TS page. Import the GeoJSON data. Then declare the layer options and bind the GeoJSON data to the shape data property. This property is used to represent the geographical shape information that is available in the GeoJSON data. Now assign this variable to the layers property. Let me run this application using the command ng-serve. Here the map is rendered based on the GeoJSON data. Now, let me show you how to represent statistical data to the map component by binding a list of objects using the dataSource property. In the app component TS page, inside the layer options object, I define the data source to represent statistical data in the maps component and assign the object with the fields country and membership. Then, I include the property, shape property path to refer to the field name in the shape data property, which identifies the shape. The worldmap.json file contains the name field, which is used to map the corresponding shape with the provided data source. Therefore, I assign the name field to this property. Additionally, I need to map the data source field country value to the name field value in the worldmap.json file. To achieve this, I will add the shape data path property and set its value as country. So far, I have demonstrated how to bind list data to the map component. Now, let me proceed to explain how to apply colors to the map based on the values of the shapes received from the data. First, I need to specify the field name from which the values have to be compared for the shapes. To do that, I include the shape settings property and add the color value path property and assign the membership field from the data source to compare the shapes. Then to specify the color values, I include the color mapping property and in the first object assign the value to permanent and the color to apricot. In the same way, I add the color orange peel for the non-permanent value. Lastly, I assign the map's fill color as light gray. Now you can observe the map rendered with two distinct colors on the world map. Also, the fill color has changed to light gray. You can also set the title for the map to understand the data bound to the map component. To do that, declare the variable title options and add the text property, setting its value to members of the UN Security Council. Assign the title options variable to the title settings property of the map component. Now, you can see that the title is displayed for the map component. Let me show you how to provide a visual representation of the map elements by enabling the legend. To do that, I open the app module file, import the legend service from the Angular Maps package, and inject it into the provider's array of ng module. Then I declare the legend options variable and enable the visible property. Assign legend options to the legend settings property of the map component. See how the legend is shown for the map component. You can also enable data labels to display additional information or values associated with the map elements. To do that, I import the data label service from the Angular Maps package and inject it into the provider's array of the ng module. In the layers options, I include the data label settings and enable the visible property. Then to adjust the visibility of the labels, I include Smart Label Mode property and set its value to trim. Now the data labels are shown on the map. Finally, let me show you how to enable tooltips to provide additional information or details about specific map elements when you hover over or interact with those elements. I open the app module page, import the Maps tooltip service from the Angular Maps package, and inject it into the provider's array of the ng module. In the layers options, I include the tooltip settings property and enable the visible property. Then I map the country field from the data source to the value path property to show the tooltip value. When I hover over the map elements, tooltips will be shown. In this video, I showed you how to configure the Syncfusion Angular Maps component using the Angular CLI tool and the Syncfusion EJ2 Angular Maps package. I also showed you how to configure a few of the control's basic features. You can download a working example of this from the GitHub link in the description for this video. I've also included a link where you can see if you're eligible for our community license, which will provide you with a free license key to use our products. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel.